Updating the Meridian playground has been something that myself and our administrator, Dr. Laura Barrett, have talked about for years. Last summer, we got to make that dream a reality. We first were looking at student safety. Some of our equipment was beginning to get older, and we didn't necessarily want to keep putting the preventative maintenance into it. We also had a playground that had pea gravel for surfacing, which wasn't only maybe not the safest, but also not accessible for our students. Meridian is a level 3 program, which means that we serve students with significant and complex support needs. Some of those students have mobility differences, and so having a playground that was covered in pea gravel was not necessarily the most accessible option for them. We know that play is learning, and kids learn so much through play, and we wanted that opportunity to be available to all of our students, regardless of how they get around their environment. We really wanted to focus on sensory needs. That's something that we found a lot of our students use their recess or their free play time to engage in sensory exploration activities. So we wanted to have a good balance of solitary play areas and group play areas. Once we had all of that finished, we got to choose the colors, finalize the layout, and we were ready to go. We did what was called a supervised installation. So the playground equipment company sent out a foreman to be on site, and then we gathered volunteers from within the ESU 13 family to help with that, a whole group of people committed to and involved in the project. We ended up choosing swings. A lot of students really like to swing as a sensory input, and half of those swings have what are called adaptive seats. And so those are plastic molded seats with a safety harness that goes across the front. And so if a student maybe isn't quite stable enough to swing on their own, they are able to still enjoy a swing in a safe manner. We have a large spinner where 2 to 3 students can sit together and spin. We also have something that looks a bit like a modern day merry-go-round. It is something that students can sit on, but also has a rope structure, so there can be both spinning and climbing. We have a number of students who really enjoy music, so we have 3 different musical instruments there. We also have an in-ground trampoline, which might be my personal favorite. That is built right into the ground, and so a student in a wheelchair or that uses a walker could go right across the surfacing to that trampoline. And so I think we're going to have students who maybe have never got to enjoy and have the fun experience of being on a trampoline who will now get to do that. One of the awesome things is that we did get to keep our wheelchair swing. So our students who are wheelchair users could roll right onto that platform, be buckled in, and then get to swing. Rather than going with a rubberized surface, we actually went with turf. We chose turf for a few reasons. One is that it was a bit more cost effective in the budget, and 2, it gave us more play value for that area. There are 3 fun certs in the turf, one that is tic-tac-toe, one that looks like a dartboard, and one that looks like hopscotch. We also have a mound, so it just looks like a hill there, so students can practice walking up and down over uneven surfaces. This has been a great big project, a year-long project that involved a lot of people and a lot of hard work. I want to thank, first of all, our board. We have at ESU 13 the most incredible board. They were an unwavering support in this project and fully supportive of going forward and making it what it is now. To our administrator, Dr. Laura Barrett, thank you for your support and guidance. Not only did she give input along the way, but we might have also seen her out helping to install some equipment as well. We had a group of amazing volunteers from here inside ESU 13. Everything from helping with demolition to showing up and mixing cement in a wheelbarrow to cement some of that equipment in, to putting equipment together, to measuring. And we had people who maybe weren't able to do those things, but helped by bringing us lunch, by bringing us snacks and water and showing up and being moral support. Last but not least, the people who put in the most amount of work for this project is our facilities and maintenance crew. That team worked endlessly this summer on that project, from demolishing and removing the old equipment to bringing in a bunch of filler rock when that pea gravel was deeper than we thought, to putting all the sod back and making sure that it looks great. That team has worked so hard to help this project become a reality. We are so excited for our students to enjoy it this this coming school year and for many school years to come.